Hey, gun people. This might be a little long. This has got a lot of errors and a lot of things. So these cops are working a gang task force. Their tactics are pretty bad. I thought I did this on my other channel, but since all those videos were deleted because YouTube didn't like me speaking out against liberalism, so they labeled it as hate and shut down the channel for hate speech. Being called hate speech nowadays is a badge of honor that you're honest. But I digress. Let's watch these officers make this contact on these people.
I'm trying to get some more money and I finally got some. So
oh, good, good. Are y'all from around here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? You just need kind of between places and staying out here?
Okay, so this is what we call a consensual encounter. Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to see what y'all are doing. If y'all live around here, no detention here. They're free to go. And the driver knows his rights, and he invokes them.
Stayed here before?
No.
Okay. Man, you got an ID on you by any chance?
Nope.
No? What's your name, partner?
Is it a crime or something?
No, man. I talk to people. I just like to know who I'm talking to.
Oh, okay. Well, am I free to go?
You ain't done nothing wrong.
Am I free to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, man. Good luck.
Well,
Thanks.
Okay, so he said, am I free to go? Nope, you're not detained. I'm just talking to you. I asked for your ID. You have a right not to give it to me. I didn't want to give it to you, and boom. No crime, no detention. Of course, as soon as he moves off, he's failing to have a seatbelt on, which is a crime. And when people act like this, and I know I'm going to get all the haters here, it's your right not to give and you shouldn't. I'm not saying it's not your right. I'm just saying when people act in a hurry to get away and they're that abrasive to law enforcement, it usually sends up flags. They're parked in a parking lot they don't live. They're from around there. They don't want to ID themselves, and they want to leave immediately when contacted by police. So what do police do normally after this? They look for a violation so I can get your ID. No seatbelt, and when he drives off, they run the plate on the car, which is absolutely okay. I can run cars all day, and it comes back to a different car.
You need a jump or you got it?
good.
You good? Cool. Have a good one.
Officer friendly. Do you need a jump? Can I help you? I'm just here to protect and serve. Any way I can help you.
Make sure that's... I think they went.
13, 15.
Is that it? Nope, that's not it.
So they were a little slow, lost the car.
Quarterback. Check suspicious subject area 46 Turner, South 26 West.
Holy shit.
4600 South 26 West Avenue.
And they see the car.
George 204, Washington Bus. That was lineman about 5'6". Had a long rusty item with him. He's walking in the neighborhood where children play. The color circled the block and she couldn't get
I didn't see him in it.
Other side of it.
Maybe he is, but...
His eyes look crazed, and that there's a park nearby.
What's up, girl?
Okay, so they see the car and they don't see the driver in the car. So that means the driver is what? Either in here, has ran off in the bathroom, or hiding in the car. Rick, you can't say he's hiding. I can absolutely say he's possibly hiding in the car, which in fact he is. He's in the back seat. So she comes out and they contact her. Now they have probable cause. The license plate comes back to a different vehicle, and she admits that she switched the plates on the car.
Where's your man at? He's inside?
Yeah,
Well, whose car is that?
My mom's. I know it has her wrong tag on it.
Yeah, it's got the wrong tag on it.
Yeah, it's her Escape. She just got 2 different cars.
Okay, all right. You got your ID with you?
You're not the first person that's...
Yeah. Come here.
Oh, you're not the first person that told me that. I want you to watch this girl's behavior the whole time. She rules this contact. These officers do not have control of her. They let her do everything. They let her go back to the car. When I get a car with the wrong plate, that car is stolen until I can prove different. You have a wrong plate on that car. That means that you are either defrauding the government by not paying taxes, you've stolen that plate off another car, or this car isn't supposed to be driven. So there's all kind of illegal activity here, and they let her go back to the car because she knows what's up. She knows her boyfriend has a warrant. She knows he has a gun, and she is all about protecting him.
Come here. Huh? Well, you have one in there?
Yeah.
So he asked her for it. He said, come here. And she's like, no, I'm going to go get it. Let me get it. She's being nice, but she's not complying. So she suckers these cops into playing her game this entire stop.
Where's it at?
So by letting her go back to the car, which is possibly stolen, you allow her to alert her co-conspirators or the guy in the back seat, hey, they know the plate's not there. Oh, shit, we got to get out of here. Hey, man, make sure you grab the gun. Hide the dope. You're letting a car that you can't control and a woman go have access to that car. Bad tactics. You already know the car ain't supposed to be on the road. You already know the car's getting towed. You don't even know if the car is stolen or not because you can't run the VIN because it's got false tags. And these cops let this girl just run this whole stop. I want you to notice, we have a car that's possibly stolen. We have a guy that didn't want to show his ID. We have these people immediately leave, park right around the corner, and he jumps out of the car, hides in the back seat, and she's admitting to switching plates, and these guys don't have their hands on their gun, and they're not acting like this is a crime. The lack of officer safety of these guys, and these guys are on a gang unit. They're wearing gang unit vests. I'm like, dude, I don't know what kind of gang, what are your gang members in elementary school here? You don't have better tactics than that? This is out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, by the way.
She did?
Yeah, she just had puppies.
Okay.
Oh, so she just had a bunch of pups. So you go drive around in a car with no plates. You park under a tree with a pit bull with just had pups. Nothing suspicious there.
Can you open that door for me so I can talk?
And I also want to point out, a lot of crooks will have dogs in their car because it keeps cops out. It keeps cops away. They have an excuse to try and control the dog, and I can't leave and I can't comply. It's not because I don't want to. It's not because I'm doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to help you, officer, and control my dog. They flipped the script on cops trying to help you when actually they're trying to arrest you. Well, now crooks will use dogs and say, hey, man, I'm just trying to help you. I got to control my dog. I got to keep you safe from my dog. He just asked her to open the door, and she said, you can ask him that. Her whole behavior is no, non-compliant, no. I'm covering for him. And you're going to notice that she keeps a barrier between the cops and her and him the whole time. She is 100% just as guilty as he is for this crime that's about to go down.
What's his name?
Ask her what his name is. She's protecting him. She's letting him drive the car. She's telling him to ask him. And now you ask her name and she doesn't answer. All those are clues. All those are totality of circumstances. All those are building this traffic stop higher and higher to where the risk and the threat is higher. And these cops never see it.
Thank you. What's your name, man?
So now we're going to talk to the guy through the car. When he's already driving, he's required to show a driver's license now. We saw him drive off, didn't have a seatbelt, and a car's possibly stolen because it has fake tags on it.
Driving a car that has the wrong tag on it. You open the door for me?
It was actually me driving, and I just had to pull up the picture.
Oh, so now she's still defending. It was actually me driving it, not him. He just pulled it over here. Crooks are always trying to redefine the law.
Okay. What's up, partner? What's your name, man? You got an ID with you?
No, I don't.
Okay. What's your name?
The whole time these guys contact him, they never make him show his hands. His hand is in the back seat like he's holding the dog back. He wasn't holding the dog back before when they contact him. Call that a clue. Why now does he have to hold the dog back? Because he's not holding the dog back. He's got his gun behind his seat. And because you idiots never ask him to show his freaking hands, and you let this woman obstruct this entire investigation, and you let this guy refuse to follow your orders all traffic stop, that's why you end up getting shot.
Name.
Am I in trouble?
Well, you're driving a car.
The car doesn't check
to the right tag.
You're
not in trouble.
Right, and we don't know that, so we have to check all that stuff out.
Okay, then take my ID.
Okay, and we
we
get
just
to
need
ID everyone that's in the car.
Notice she keeps distracting them when they try to talk to him. She is the diversion to get the attention back on her. It's my car. I switch the plates. It's my mom's car. Why can't you ID me? Why can't you do this? Ask him. Totally obstructionist the whole way.
Car. You don't have an idea? That's fine, man. What's your name? You don't have a name?
Hey, what are you sweating?
Hey!
Hey, chill out.
Notice she's got to get in between. As soon as this guy focuses on the suspect, she starts correcting the dog. She gets in between them. Her whole body language never lets the cops grab this dude, which is a big clue. And these cops just, either they see it and ignoring it, or they don't think it's a threat, but their tactics are really bad. They're in what's called a fatal funnel. They're both in the same way. Nobody's watching this guy's hand. This cop could be on the other side looking through the window what his hand is, staying behind him, keeping the suspect off guard and insecure. Instead, they're both over here letting these two dictate and run the stop. Really bad officer safety procedures.
Hey,
It's okay.
hey, what are you sweating, man? We're not sweating to get like some warrants or something. We ain't worried about that. You know what I mean?
I've told a lot of people that. Cops always tell you we ain't worried about warrants, and we're not. If it's misdemeanor poo-butt traffic warrants, if it's a murder warrant, well, then we may be interested. But if you're sweating and nervous, usually you're not sweating and nervous over a poo-butt traffic warrant because you know that most cops think it's poo-butt, and you've probably been let go 15 times before this contact on your poo-butt warrant.
Junior?
Simba.
Junior, what's your last name?
I don't go by my government name.
Huh?
I don't go by my government name.
Okay.
What's your...
Y'all have jurisdiction.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So his name's Junior, and he don't go by his, did he say government name? I couldn't tell. Now he wants to know if they has jurisdiction on what they're doing.
And what was that?
And what was what, man?
What is the jurisdiction that y'all have
Well,
over
we're Tulsa Police officers. You're in the city of Tulsa.
Notice she has put a barrier between her boyfriend and the cops. This is a clue. She is not an unwilling participant. She is not stupid. All of her acts are very deliberate.
Okay.
What jurisdiction?
I'm cross-deputized with Tulsa County, and you have, there's a crime,
got an
some
ID.
form of a crime that's committed.
Anybody find it odd that his arm's back there? But Ricky's trying to hold the dog. Why are you trying to judge him? Well, because I didn't get shot when I worked. That's why. Because I judge people. Why is she sitting here not holding the dog? Why are they both blocking? Why did they I mean, this car is all of them. This should be a felony stop already. Everybody should be a good. These guys at a minimum should have their gun out. Maybe at a poor minimum have their hand on their gun. And they're talking to these two like we're investigating who dropped the ice cream cone in the car.
I have an ID.
Okay.
Mine's expired, just let you know.
Junior,
I ain't sweating.
talk to me.
Notice she keeps trying to say talk to me, not to him. He doesn't have an ID. Check mine. Mine's expired. Arrest me, take me, leave him alone. I know he told me he's got a gun and he ain't going back to jail. She knows it, and the cops ought to know it by the way they're acting, but they don't.
Me for a second.
We're not even worried
What
about
we
it.
got
Letting you know.
is you got the wrong tag on this car that you drove off. That's okay. We found it. We need to know the right tag. Now that I'm trying to do this.
No, I just drove over here.
Now that I'm doing this,
You know what I'm saying?
we need to. Okay. Now that we're trying to do this, we need to know
Relax, man.
who you are. Okay.
Yeah, well, if I ain't under arrest, you know what I'm saying?
You potentially are under arrest.
Shouldn't be potentially. You are under arrest. You are under arrest for failure to ID. You're operating a car. You're refusing to ID. You're possibly in a stolen car. You're being uncooperative. You won't comply with any of my directions. You haven't showed me your hands, and you're asking me questions to stall me, and you're sweating and acting nervous. Guess what? You're under arrest. I can arrest you for the plates. I can arrest you for no ID. I can arrest you for not having a driver's license. I can arrest you for several things. But you know what? These cops just want to play, games, and let's talk.
Arrest if you don't provide your information, you are under arrest.
Dude, we ain't sweating though.
Look, I just want to know what I did wrong.
So you're driving the vehicle, the tag doesn't check to the vehicle.
He doesn't want to know what he did wrong. He wants to delay. He's planning his movement. He's waiting for the weakness. He's waiting for him to make his move. All he's doing is delaying the inevitable. He doesn't care about... They tell him 100 times what the violations are, and he wants to argue every time.
Vehicle.
And
Okay.
the Ford Escape is my mom's other car.
So we checked the tag, said, man, that doesn't check right. Okay, cool. So now we come up and talk to you. We just need to investigate that by meaning we need to know who you are.
Notice he's using both his hands talking, which means his hand isn't on his gun. They're standing in a fatal funnel of a stolen car, and these guys don't have their gun out, and they don't even have their hand on their gun. Are you kidding me?
I want to know it's who you are.
So,
Okay. Junior, do you want me to finish? If you do not provide who I am, you're obstructing our investigation.
But I'm saying, like, you saying that I committed a crime because I was driving a car that's registered her mom, and it's got a different plate from.
See, this is called the confusion game. If I keep asking questions with a circle of logic, I'm buying time. Either I called somebody for a ride, I'm waiting for these cops to drop their guard. I'm probably smarter than them, and I can probably talk my way out of it. I got my girlfriend who is willing to go to jail for me. This is all planning, and you don't want to give a crook all this planning time.
We do not know who her mom is. We do not know any of these things. We haven't done any record check. All we know is that the vehicle tag that's on here doesn't match to this vehicle.
It goes to a Ford
Okay,
Escape.
and I believe that you might be, when you say that, good, but we don't know that for sure. So we need to know that for sure. We also need to know who everyone is inside of the car. Okay?
Back up, y'all.
Sit down.
Both paying attention to the dogs. Let's ignore what they just said. Let's let them think that we're not paying attention and we're concerned about their safety. We're protecting them. His right hand has still never come from the back seat. I just can't believe these cops don't have these guys at gunpoint by now.
His thingy just came off.
Well, you can grab him. No. She can grab him if he comes over here. We're not gonna do anything to the dog, Junior. Do you understand what we're saying?
Y'all saying that I broke a crime because I was driving a car.
Do you have a driver's license?
No.
That's another one.
Now he doesn't have a driver's license. Now he's under arrest for that. He should have been under arrest. The car is getting towed. It's got fake plates. The car is either expired plates or it's stolen. So the car is getting towed. It can't be on the roadway. So you have reason to pull them out, ID them, arrest them, and search the car. And these cops want to play let's talk lawyer and have, roadside street justice or roadside court here on the side of the road.
But we're not gonna sweat it. We gotta know. Well, we gotta know who you are, man.
I was driving. I just had him driving.
Again, she wants to take the information. As soon as they start backing him down and focus on him, she brings the focus back on her, raises her hand, keeps the barrier, keeps her arm up. Her body language is so clear to me. I just can't believe these cops aren't reading any of this.
Okay? You're just making it harder than what it is. We're not
Junior,
trying to.
step out of the car for him. Step out of the car, please. Okay, ma'am, can you move out of the way, please?
Can you move out of the way? No, she's not moving. She's ignored him for the whole time. Why does she want to listen to him now? He ain't stepping out. She ain't stepping out. Neither one of them are cooperating. And these cops are still playing, okay, we'll just keep repeating the same thing and expect a different result.
Ma'am, please move out of the way. Junior, you're under arrest.
Move out of the way. Why? That's a no person.
Okay, you're under arrest for obstruction. Okay? Your traffic offenses, all right?
You're under arrest. I've got my hand up here. I don't have my hand on my gun, and I'm standing right in front of the fatal funnel, and I still haven't seen your hands or made you show me that your hands are empty. Wow. This is going to go good.
Okay, you have the wrong tag on this car. All right? You have the wrong...
Junior, make it harder than you need to be, man.
So come on out.
You know what I mean?
He was
Make it harder.
listening to y'all. Y'all just kept talking, and then y'all told.
Back to the focus on her. Don't talk to him. Talk to me. He was listening to her. Her whole thing is defending him. Even she thinks what she's saying is bullshit. Notice her hand by her ears or her mouth. When people talk and their hands by their ear or their mouth, they're usually lying. Or whatever they're saying this is BS.
Call your boss and show me what jurisdiction you have over me.
Call your boss and show me what jurisdiction you have over me. Really? We're still talking about jurisdiction? And you ain't seen his hand yet. And you've been on his stop for 10 minutes. And you haven't seen his right hand yet.
Call your boss. Call your boss.
Junior, step out of the car. Junior.
Call your boss here.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Call your boss here, man.
I don't know your name.
Call your boss.
Chelsea, can you step out of the way, please?
Call your
You need to
boss
move.
here.
Again, step out of the way. See, had he never let her walk to the car and put her in cuffs back there, they wouldn't be having this conversation. But they allowed her to dictate this stop, and they continue to let her dictate it. How many people in here think the cops are in charge, and how many people think the two people in the car that ain't complied once with the cops are in charge? I'm saying the two people that aren't compliant are in charge.
Call your boss here. I want to speak to y'all general, y'all sergeant, y'all captain.
Your general? What the hell, you looking for car insurance? Your general? Dude!
I want to talk to you.
Okay. Ma'am, you need to move.
We're gonna
I'm
need you to
moving
step
because
out
if I
first.
move, my dog's gonna jump over and get.
I ain't moving because of my dogs. Still a no person. Everybody's always, what's a no person? She is a no person. Clear.
I'm not doing that.
Call your general.
Junior?
Call your captain. Call your boss.
So he went from general to captain. Dude, what happened to freaking lieutenant colonel, major, and colonel? We just went from general to captain.
Call him here.
We're in 352.
I'm going to talk to you.
1059 at QuikTrip, 4950 due south.
What's the
Harbor,
problem?
Oklahoma, George Lincoln John 810.
They're just putting out this stop. Are you kidding me? You stopped a car with false plates that could possibly be stolen. You've got two uncooperative suspects you've handled for 10 minutes, and you're just calling in the stop.
Right. Got an uncooperative subject over here. Can we have a couple more officers to our location?
I didn't do anything wrong.
We're just trying to figure that out. And you're making this harder than what it needs to be,
I
man.
don't see why you have to come over here and mess with us when you just.
Because
I
the
told you,
tag
and
does
I'm
not
telling
check
you, I'm
to
telling you,
this
y'all are not
vehicle.
the first police officer.
Look at this guy. She has got all the focus on her, and this guy's jumping around. So you got one cop on the radio. You got this cop talking to her. She's keeping his eyes on her, and you got him jumping around with his arm that nobody has seen yet. Unfreaking believable for me. People that aren't cops don't understand how this is a flagrant officer safety. You would never be taught this in academy, and you would be crucified in academy if they had a scenario and you did this.
She said, pull me over and pull
And we
me
believe
And they said it is legal.
for me to have that. Yeah, for
it's
me
not.
to.
You can't have a different tag.
Then why that police officer told me that?
Now she wants to say another police officer told her she could switch tags. Oh, really? Well, if another officer told you that, well, shit, I'm just wasting my time. Have a nice day. Do people out there really believe that crap? I mean, I've used the B in my car before. That's why I was speeding. And I was trying to get the B out of the car. And then I always kept a dead bee back into my car and to back in. And one cop goes, dude, man, that bee's been dead for 2 weeks. I said, it must have been a different one. He laughed and gave me a ticket.
You can't have
If they're
tags from
registered to
another.
the same people,
No, you can't. That's why it's registered to that car. So you know what
why
car it
did
is.
the other police officer tell me that?
I don't know. Maybe you misunderstood them. I don't know. I don't know what they said.
Look at his face and his eyes. Can you not read that he is waiting for his moment to make his move? He has not shown his hand. He's already sweating and nervous. He jumped from the front side. I mean, it's just crazy that these cops are not at a higher level and risk assessment on this to go, man, we need to be at gunpoint. What the hell? And then everybody's shocked when a cop gets shot here.
He repeated it twice.
Huh?
No, he repeated it twice.
Okay, well, he was wrong
He
then.
was there to my mom's Ford Escape in this van. And she just got both of these vehicles and she let me use this.
Notice the barrier that she has kept from her man.
What you sweating, man? What are you sweating? You just have a problem with us being here? Is that what you're sweating?
Most definitely. Y'all killed Crutch.
Hey, we didn't do anything.
Oh, hush. It's okay. Sit down. Simba. It's all right, buddy.
Still no hand. Anybody else wondering what's in his hand? How many people think that maybe there's a gun in his hand?
I'll talk to y'all when y'all want. He can explain it to you. Because I just talked to the sheriff about it the other day.
About what?
He gave us no problem about the tag. He said it was legal. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all catch that facial movement? I mean, that was so clear to me, and it stuck out when I saw this. I was like, oh, dude, when you get nervous, you can't produce saliva. So your mouth gets dry and your lip gets dry. So people who are nervous will start licking. That's why the first lie detector, the Chinese used to put rice in your mouth when they questioned you. And if the rice was still dry when it came out, they knew you were lying. And that was one of the first early signs of a lie detector. The other one was the horse's tail. I talk about on my horse channel. But I digress. Anyway, watch him lick his lips very deliberately. I'm going to put this on regular motion, and I want you to watch him lick his lips here.
Today.
About what?
He gave us no problem about the tag. He said it was legal.
Did you see that? Watch it. I'm trying to get my lips wet.
He said it was legal.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Can you
I
let
don't
me
know.
go?
That was huge. I mean, this guy, people who are sometimes on medication will lock their jaw if they're on psych meds. They open their mouth wide and kind of like crack their jaw. People who are really nervous, you can watch their mouth and you can tell. You'll usually see their jugular vein in their neck pumping. You'll see them sweating, and they'll get dry mouth and dry lips. This was just blatant, and the cops are not reacting to any of this. I can't believe it.
Why y'all talking about it's illegal?
Can you let me go?
I know
Anything.
law too.
Yeah, and if nothing's wrong,
And
we'll
I
let you
know-
go too.
I
Why,
know.
why can't you let us go now?
Because he's
Say
not
that
telling us
now.
who he is.
Right. We
So
didn't
now
know
Y'all
who
don't
he
need
is.
to know.
Again, every time they try to talk to him, she puts the attention on her. These are all big cues, people. People will be like, why are you telling us? We can see. You may not connect the dots. These are important dots to connect for the totality of the circumstances on why your suspicion should be so high and why you should be at gunpoint instead of talking with your arm leaning on a car.
Why y'all
yes,
didn't
we do.
make no problem?
Yeah, we do.
No, I did not make a problem. Y'all talking about y'all need to know what the tag and all that is.
Why
Y'all
don't
need
you
to go
run the
find out what
tag?
that is. Well, I said y'all need to get y'all manager, y'all district manager, whoever here, so he can explain it to y'all. Because like I said, I've been already talking to the sheriff, and they told us that it was legal.
Well, Junior, the sheriff's not my boss. Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Why can't
Right.
you just go run the tag?
Okay. We did run the
did
tag.
run
It
the
checks
tag.
through a different vehicle.
To afford escape?
No,
it doesn't.
not to afford
What is
escape.
What is
Okay.
it then?
It does not.
So it does not check to afford escape.
I'll prove it to you.
All right. So we need to figure out who Junior is. We know who you are. We'll conduct our records check, and we can move on our way. But we can't conduct a records check without someone's name. Okay.
Who's asking himself, I wonder why he won't just give him his name if they're just going to run a records check, Rick? That's because you're an idiot. He's got warrants. He's on parole or probation. He knows he's going back to prison. That's why he's not giving his ID. Rick, you can't say that. You're just saying that because shut up, you freaking idiots.
Junior, do you understand that?
Y'all don't have jurisdiction over me over some tag that y'all talking about the police, which it ain't police.
Junior, we do.
Because y'all pulled up after the vehicle was cut off.
So now he's pulling his law degree out on how they don't have jurisdiction on him and how they pulled up and because he's driving, they can't do anything. And these cops are still arguing with their hand on the car, no guns out, no felony stop, 2 uncooperative suspects with a car with stolen plates. Unfreaking believable.
Anyway,
After it was what?
cut off.
It doesn't matter. But listen,
Yes, it
nothing.
does matter.
The only thing
Oh yeah, I forgot. Nobody's seen his right hand yet.
that's wrong here, that's not working, is you not cooperating with us.
I understand that, but y'all
That's what's wrong here.
you're not right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not, man. No, you're
The
not.
car's turned off and the kid's not in
Because if
ignition.
you
Y'all
was right,
can
you know
mess
you
with
couldn't be stopping me, trying to get me to stop. You know what I'm saying? After I'm on.
Did you just hear her? She said the car's in the ignition. You guys can't do anything because it was already stopped. Well, shit. Hell, I could have been giving that speech at all the drunk places. Yo, if the cops pull you over, just turn the car off and they can't do anything. Damn, man, I missed that in law school.
Already stopped.
No, we have a reason now. We told you that.
Okay, so it's not reported stolen.
We don't know
I don't know
that.
that.
We
Y'all just said y'all looked at the plate.
the plate that's attached to the car.
It doesn't say
that it's not this car.
Now we have 4 conversations going on. Cops standing in the doorway, and nobody has still seen his right hand. Unfreaking believable.
I know it's my
No,
mom.
we need to talk to you first, and we need you out of the car first. Okay?
Well, when you're, I mean, when you're home.
Well, hell, that's only about, what, the 5th time they've told her to get out of the car? And she ain't moved? Wow.
All right. Here's the deal. We're not going away. Okay? All right. This is your choice.
I want to talk to y'all boss.
Okay?
And I know for a fact y'all don't have jurisdiction to stop me. If y'all want to stop me, y'all can.
His hand ain't on his gun, and they're both standing directly in front of the door. Rick, why are you picking on cops? You just think... Shut up, you freaking idiots. Either learn something or leave.
Stop me when I drove off.
Yeah,
if I did something wrong.
we checked the tag, and it didn't check this, so we came over here.
Okay, so, but now I wasn't even in the car or driving anything. Now you want to come try to stop me?
Junior.
This is a great place to have your hand because it keeps it warm, and then that way if you have to draw your gun, it's very warm. What the hell?
You're just making it hard for yourself, okay? And is that Parsons that just went 97?
Not sure.
I know, dog.
You're going to see the other cop show up right here.
I'm over here after we had already left.
We're not going to argue that.
You ain't found it stolen.
We're not going to argue that. Okay, I'm not going to sit and argue with you about that.
Pepperball.
Okay?
So this officer just said pepper ball. Maybe the sergeants are the only ones that have pepper ball guns, and he's going to get his little pepper ball gun and come here and screw up the whole scene before he gets shot.
You need to come out of the car. This is going to be your choice, Junior.
Is this y'all boss right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boss has pepper spray. You're probably not going to be too happy to see him. Notice she still has a barrier. They've asked her to move how many times? They're both still standing in front of the doorway. Nobody has seen his right hand, and the sergeant's getting a pepper ball. Oh, that should be great. Shit. AFs must be doing their training, because pepper spray always works. You should always use pepper spray because it works so great.
Do you understand? We've explained that. I'm not going to explain it again. Okay. All right, if the sergeant wants to explain something to you, he can. I don't know. But I'm telling you, you're going to come out of the car, man. You're making it harder for yourself. You understand that?
Damn, they got buffalo chicken for 99 cents. Rick, let us watch the video. Shut up.
You need to get out of the car. What's your right? Well, I'm not going to argue with
have
that.
jurisdiction. You don't.
We have jurisdiction.
Y'all don't have jurisdiction. Jurisdiction everything.
Okay.
That's it. I'll stand more in front of the door to show him that I mean business. But I won't have my gun out. What the hell?
Y'all act like I committed a crime.
We don't know.
You act like I did a violation.
Dude, you guys in Tulsa, if y'all need some tactics training on your street teams, I'll come up and give it free. I'm not that far. Hook me up. I'll come up there and give you a class.
Like I did some type of traffic violation.
You did.
Or something like that.
Hey, you don't have a driver's license. We saw you driving.
Okay.
Two, we already told you about the plate.
That.
Yeah.
But that ain't
know
no
about the
violation.
plate.
If I got 2, 3 cars and I switch the place, that's not illegal.
Junior.
Nope. When we're
Junior,
done.
it's time to step out of the car, okay?
Okay.
Oh, let me talk to your boss.
We have a sergeant right here with us.
Okay, then I'll
Okay.
talk to the sergeant.
All right.
Let me talk to you.
We pulled you over for a violation.
We went from general to captain to sergeant. Shit, why don't we bring a private out here?
You're refusing to identify yourself. Okay. It's time to step out of the car. All right.
Is this your sergeant?
This is
Yeah.
my sergeant right here. Okay.
Do you want options?
Okay.
What are the options for him?
Okay, ma'am. Time to step away.
I got dogs. I want to get
How many times they asked her to step away? And how many excuses she given? She should have been snatched and cuffed and dragged away from that car 15 minutes ago.
Time to step away.
You need to stand up and stand right here then.
You the sergeant?
Yep.
Okay, I want to know what.
Now we got all 3 of them in front of the car. Shit. Let's make it easy. That way if he shoots and misses one of us, at least one of the other cops can stop the bullet and protect the public. That's Tulsa's new policy on how to protect the public. We'll all gather up at the doorway so when somebody shoots, one of us will stop the bullet. Are you freaking kidding me?
What I did. Well, I was already parked over there.
Identified your violation.
What's that?
Okay. Tag is not checked to the vehicle that you're driving. Okay, checked to a different vehicle. We're here to investigate what's going on. We've asked you to identify yourself. We've seen you drive this vehicle.
Ma'am, I need you to step back.
This is pretty much for the sergeant's sake. So the sergeant knows that he's basically just fine on tape. So the sergeant knows that, okay, you've got a crime. He's refusing to come out. Pepper ball is authorized. Now I can shoot. So he's not really explaining it to him again. He's kind of saying it so the sergeant can hear it.
Know that you do not have a driver's license.
Okay, this might
Okay.
Ask her 2 more times to move, and she didn't.
Junior needs to step out of the vehicle at this time.
Notice her looking at him. This is a huge body language. She knows it's about to go down. He has told her, I'm not going to jail, and I'm just guessing, just from my experience and training, he told her if these cops try to take me to jail, I'm going to shoot them. She's looking at him right now to say her final goodbyes because she knows what's about to go down.
You need to step out of the vehicle at this time.
Because I ain't getting no crime.
Okay, here's what I'm going to explain. No, listen to me.
I want to know this.
You step out of the vehicle,
Nobody has still seen his right hand. Are you kidding me?
or I'm going to pepperball you. Yep.
I got dogs in the car.
Oh shit. She just said they had dogs in it. Oh, I didn't know that. Hell, I won't use a pepper ball then. We can only use pepper balls on freaking people. Are you kidding me? More law school, Walmart graduate.
That's his decision.
Why you got a pepper ball?
Because you're resisting arrest. So,
He's aware hard way.
you can be under arrest right now. I'll use force.
What am I under arrest for?
Obstruction of justice.
Still arguing. She's looking at him like, uh-oh. Notice both hands are going up now because right now if they try to move her, she ain't moving. She's bracing herself. She knows what's about to go down, people.
Right now, identify yourself to a law enforcement officer operating vehicle with an improper license plate. I'm certain we can come up
I
with
wasn't operating this vehicle.
Listen, we're not
saw you
arguing.
drive.
Step out right now. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
We're just going to force you out of the car.
So my thing is with your dogs. Okay. You're going to have to move or you're going to get exposed to. Okay.
She's looking at him again. Goodbye, honey. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll write you in prison. I love you. If I wouldn't love you, I wouldn't try to block the bullets for
Junior,
you.
you're making it hard, man. Do you want to go through that, or do you want to step out and cooperate?
It goes easy on the way out.
Okay, ma'am, I need you to step back, please.
Notice they're saying their goodbye. These two are communicating, and these cops are too damn busy warning them about pepper balls to catch any of the clues.
Ma'am, I need you to step back, please.
Junior,
Can I give her a kiss?
yes, but you need to get out.
You both need to
Right
get
now.
out. She's going to step back. Okay.
Yeah, you just come forward.
You notice she's wiping her head? You notice she's crying now? She knows what's going down, people. You have to be able to read a situation. It's called street savvy. It's your road sense. You got to have it. And these guys do not have it. I'm shocked that they're on a gang task force.
Okay.
Say what?
He's getting ready to hit you with the pepper balls, a lot of them. You step out here, you go in handcuffs, you can give her a kiss. We can do it the hard way, or we can do it that way.
Why is he kissing her? Anybody ask why he would be kissing her? Because he knows he's going to prison or he's about to shoot it out.
That's it.
Ma'am, I need you to step away.
And here comes this woman, and she's looking at her phone when she walks up. We got a car with false plates. We have 3 cops, 2 uncooperative suspects. We got more cover showing up, and this woman's looking at her phone when she shows up.
Right now.
Step out.
Right now.
Look at this. Got her phone in her hand. No, these guys have just told this guy we're about to shoot you with pepper balls, and none of them have their gun out in case this guy produces a weapon. No one has seen his right hand. People, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but Jesus Christ.
Right now, Junior.
Just shoot me.
No.
Just shoot me.
No.
Okay, just shoot me. That's a clue, people. This guy's willing to die. He's argued this time. He's been sweating. He's nervous. He's licking his lips. He's dry-mouthed. There's all kind of signs. He's in a car with stolen plates. She's being obstruction the whole way. People, come on.
No, just
Get
shoot
out.
me. No, just
Get out.
shoot me.
Get out.
Here he goes, Sergeant, with pepper balls in front of the door on a suspect that you've never seen his right hand. Okay, let's ask Ray Charles. Ray, do you see what's going to happen next?
Wait,
Drop the gun!
fired. William 52, shot fired. 1060.
Okay, so both these cops have their gun out now. Looks like somebody dropped their glasses off their hats. Done that a few times. So they're hiding behind pillar here. I don't know what happened to Mr. Pepperball. Sergeant Pepperball over there. I think he's hit. He's dragging himself off.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Danny, I'm your gun, bro!
I got you, Sarge! I hear you, Sarge!
He's over here. He's to the left.
I hear you, Sarge, but I'm over here, and we got a nice crossfire, because if I shoot them, you're in the way.
I don't see him, Sarge!
He looks down. Hey, I'm gonna move around, Sarge.
This guy looks like a nervous wreck, man. He is almost a deer in the headlights panic. He looks pale. This guy's pretty nervous.
We don't see him!
Now, I have this on 1 1/4 to speed it up, so if you want to watch the video, you can go over police activity. They got it.
Sergeant, are you
Subject is
hit?
down. Subject's been hit. He's down.
I think this is a sergeant here, and I think somebody drags him away.
Drop the weapon! Drop the weapon!
Sergeant!
Now, he's already shot at the cops. He shot a cop. These guys are hollering, drop the weapon. Dude, if you shoot at me and you move, you're going for the weapon, and I'm reloading. But they don't do it.
Sergeant, can you come to me? Mike, can you come to me?
Notice the hair follicle standing on end. Fight or flight. I talk about this a lot.
I don't see him.
Con, what you got?
Dragging him off?
I don't see him.
You hear anything right there?
I can't see him. I just have a window. Looks like someone's down, but I don't know.
Sergeant, I can't see him. Come on, get to the car. Come on, right now.
Come hit me bang.
Now, these cops take a long time, and they're waiting for bulletproof shields. We didn't have shields when we worked. The only one that had a shield was the SWAT team, and if we had to call them out, we'd be there for an hour. We just had to handle things. In my day, and that, my days, what, 8, 9 years ago when I worked, we would have just grabbed a couple guys and walked up that car. We'd have moved over here, told him to prone out. If he moved, we'd approach the car. We'd have 2 or 3 guns on him. And if he moved, we all would have shot several times because he's an armed, dangerous felon, and he just tried to kill a cop. So if he moves in any way, shape, or form, he's getting shot again. And we'd go in, and we'd grab the gun. Now, I think that's the pepper ball gun. That's not his gun on the ground. But I'm going to be bumping it up here quick to kind of move this on.
Listen to me. Does anyone have a shield? Get a shield.
In the car.
Coming out with a shield. Now they gather up.
Okay, I see his hand.
And here the sergeant sets up a perfect crossfire. He literally sends officers that are with him to this location over here and puts a perfect crossfire. Horrible tactics. This guy's gun is too close to this suspect. It moves to his ankle. If this guy shoots at these officers and he ducks and dodges, he's going to move into this guy shooting. That's why if you draw with a guy like this, you have to be so close and touching him to where your gun is where his gun's at. So if he moves into you, he moves your gun away. He doesn't move into the line of fire.
I know, stay by, relax. Left. Listen to me, whoever's to that side. Mike, get closer.
Hey, Mike, Sandy, you guys okay?
Stand by. Okay, we're gonna move up at an angle straight in front of you and see what we got with the hands. Danny.
See how far this gun is back? If this guy gets hit in shrapnel or one of these cops fires and he takes brass and he flinches in front of this guy, he's screwed. You never want a gun equal or behind you. You always want another gun in front of you. And if the cop that's got his gun doesn't know it, then you should know it. Everyone's got tunnel vision on this car right now.
I need you to work. Okay, he's hunched over. I see one hand though. I don't see a second hand, Sergeant. All right, reach out, reach out. I'll direct you guys. So here's what I need. Listen to me for a second. Bond, you and Danielle are gonna work.
Move up with the shield and grab the gun already. Good grief, man. These guys are like a freaking cat in a room full of rocking chairs, running around nervous Nellies.
You guys, they're gonna cut in front of you. Go around this direction and look in from the other side. You understand me?
Here's where he sets up perfect crossfire. He splits his team up and puts a perfect crossfire.
On the vehicle. I need somebody. I need you guys to move around. See the gun in his hand. I can't tell.
They should all move straight forward right now and go get the damn gun and be done with it. They got a shield and they have guns.
His hand's on the floor, but I can't tell if he has a gun.
Like 40 when you come in from more face in this direction.
G, we have a shield here with cops, and we have a shield here with cops. Do they not teach Crossfire Academy anymore? I mean, I just... Alright, this video is pretty long. I'm at 45 minutes. The original video is 30 minutes. We've only gone through 23. If you want to go watch the whole thing, I think they end up pepperballing them again, bringing in... All the cops are coughing. They can't control it. They're all breathing in a pepper spray. It screws up the entire scene. Now the cops can't work. It's a mess. But, man, there's so much wrong with this that it shouldn't have gone this way. And this is what PC, nervous, lack of training, lack of good, aggressive tactics when you're dealing with aggressive predators. Bad case. I thought I did it before. If I did, oh well. Hope you got something out of it. We'll end it there.